Good morning, everybody. Travels with Dottie here. And what's the date today? It is the 27th of June, 27th of June, 2025, and we're running out of June pretty fast. And this is the comments video. It's been about a week, so I've got lots of comments. I'm going to cherry pick because we want to keep this thing to 20 minutes. Because so many of you like that. That's a sweet spot for many of you, and it's comfort for me. So let's go. I just released a video, 10 things you need to know before coming to Quartzsite. I do one of those every summer, getting ready for the fall. And hopefully every year it's a little bit better because I have another year of experience under my belt, a little bit more confidence, a little bit better information, more succinct. I think it's done fairly well so far. Raymond Parsons says, such a great video. You gave a great breakdown of Quartzsite, and I appreciate comments like that very much. Terry says, hi, Rob. Your site looks fantastic. I did it right behind the trailer here with showing the lake behind me. Always enjoyed your videos, but I especially like your top 10 list topics. It's hard to come, after you've done a few of those, they're pretty hard to come up with. But I'll think today about maybe another one to try. Let's see. Donna Aparo says, I love Quartzsite. I stay in BLM land in January, hoping to return again in 2026. Thanks, Rob, for all the info. And Rick, thank you, Rick. I couldn't think of the grocery store across the street from the Parker Walmart. And Rick was Rick Robe from Alaska, it looks like. Hey, Rob, just to jog your memory, the grocery store across the street from the Parker Walmart is a Safeway. Always look forward to your 10 things video. I've been there dozens of times and I just forgot. And it's funny, I went to a Jack in the Box that's real near there last year. And I did my order. I got in line. I paid. And then I just drove off. And luckily, I wanted to get my video that I shot uploaded for the drive back. So I pulled over near the entrance and I'm uploading the video, and this lady comes run from the Jack the Box and throwing out, sir, she's got a little bag. She says, you forgot your food. Oh, well, that's welcome to 65. Let's see. Hey, Rob. Bren Beth said, nice video, wealth of information. Loved watching Dottie. I hope you all noticed that I backed the camera up enough so you could see Dottie down by my feet. So she was there. Trailer Trash Tim. That's quite the handle there, Tim. I want to be there so bad I can taste it. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to want to get to Quartzsite. Let's see. So we got Bob Kent has some additional information for us. A tip, beginning in January in Q, every gas station, store, dump site, etc. is absolutely jammed. The way to avoid the crowds in January is to get to town at dawn. At that time of day, Q is deserted for 1 to 2 hours. That's really great advice. If you're really adverse to crowds, get up really early and go into town and run your errands early. Great advice, Bob. Let's see. Shauna Lee Lang. I've seen Shauna be here before. I'm planning for the RTR the first time this January. Thanks for the tips. RTR. Well, what is RTR? Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. I think it's almost 10 years old now. It was started by the iconic figure Bob Wells, sort of the father of modern day living in a vehicle, from a Prius up to a huge coach. And he's got a nonprofit called Homes on Wheels Alliance. He started the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, just an informal get-together once a year in Quartzsite out in the desert. And it grew so much the BLM said, you can't do this anymore. There's too many people. So they actually lease the town park every year in January, and they line it up the week before the big tent, and it's free, and you go there. And last 2 years they've had a really good place where you could buy amazing burritos. a little trailer there. And you can listen to presentations, participate in things, and learn how to live on the road no matter what your ability level or financial situation is. Great, great, great thing every year. Let's see. I did mention the Rock and Gem show every year in Quartzsite, and the nomadic artist says I do jewelry and definitely want to check out the gem vendors. You bet you do. And there are lots of jewelry makers in these sort of flea markets, so you want to check out them too and see about some year maybe you'll want your own booth. Who knows? Cattywampole, friend of mine who stays in Leposa South. Of note, add to safety that rangers aren't generally nearby. You hardly ever see rangers on BLM land. You just don't. If you have the need for law enforcement, Quartzsite police have authority in the LTVA BLM lands. They absolutely do. They take care of your issue and forward to rangers what needs to be forwarded. Excellent point. Excellent point. You can just call 911 as regular. Ken Gray says, special note, those beach wind breaks don't really work well at 15-mile winds and more, some not even 10. I have one of those, and maybe that's what made me think of it. You see it in a lot of my videos when I'm in Quartzsite. Since I'll very likely be in an RV park this year, I won't have it. Or maybe I'll have it in the RV park. I don't know. But I think the sweet spot is right 15 to 20 miles an hour. You get much over that. I had mine staked to the ground, so it would probably take 20 pretty easily, but you still don't want to be out. Mine had a way you can just lower it down and have the surface area, and the half surfaced area could take probably 30. More than that, I just took the fabric off. Let's see. Always sojourning, good video as usual. So the recommendation is switch between LTVAs and the BLM land, or do you favor one or the other? Well, if you're going to do BLM land, you have to move according to the rules. If you're in LTVA, you don't have to move, but you pay a fee, either $40 for 2 weeks or $180 for the season. And those of you screaming at your screen, no, they raised it to $600. They haven't done that yet. And in the description of that video, I put the link to check so you can see if you can still buy online at $180. And after I published the video, I checked again, still $180. They haven't announced it. And I'm going to think the second they announce it, every YouTuber and his brother is going to be posting videos. So it'll be pretty obvious. But I do believe if you buy now online, then you're protected. RV road trip, stunning Enchanted Circle Drive. This drive you videoed is absolutely awesome. I'm wishing I was there. Super nice. There was a video a comment I deleted there. It said, you missed a stop sign going through Red River. Well, on Main Street, there are no stop signs going through Red River. And the comment, got me, so I better be sure what I'm talking about. So I reviewed the video. And there are a couple of stop signs on cross streets that are a little angled that they made a mistake. But here's the thing. If you think that I've done something wrong on camera, like I've broken the law or something, send me an email. Say, Rob, I don't know if you noticed, but at this timestamp, this is what you did. I don't have a problem with that. When you call me out in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people, then I have a problem. Then you're going to lose your privilege to be able to comment on the channel. And what does that look like? What that looks like is you'll still be able to comment, but you and only you will be the only ones that can see that comment. Other people will not be able to see it. Just think about, between you and a friend, if, you had, a piece of lettuce in your teeth and you're at a large group of people at dinner, are you going to lean over and whisper in their ear, hey, you've got something in your teeth? Or are you going to announce to the whole table that you have something in your teeth? Think about that when you're commenting on people's videos, because guess what? I'm a human being. I'm just a regular guy with with feelings, just like you and just like your friends. Let's see. Naj says, beautiful views. Thanks for sharing this with us. So here's another one that a nice compliment coached with a sort of subtle little complaint. Thanks for the videos of eagle nest and surrounding areas, although some are a little longer, all good. Wife and dogs and I are looking forward to coming that way end of August, so I won't mention the person's name. I appreciate the comments, but I said, if you don't like, I wrote and I said, I would suggest if you don't like the longer videos, watch them in pieces or don't watch them at all. There you go. Pretty simple. So let's see. Oh, this was good. It wasn't this video. I'm not sure what video it was. Then I was up in this area. There's a fenced off area by the side of the road. The mountain doesn't have any vegetation on it. It looks very strange. There are no signs, and I wondered, what the heck is that? And I found out here, and I backed this up with some of my own research. Hang on. Thirsty. CWHB1Y1. You can't really pronounce that, can you? At 729 on the left, and this is the RV Road Stunning Enchanted Circle Drive. You passed a closed molybdenum mine. I've never heard of molybdenum. It's obviously some kind of ore. It is now being remediated as a Superfund site. It has government written all over it in quotes. Now it is a taxpayer-paid repair of damage caused by a business. I find a lot more business sites that aren't environmentally friendly are not adding signage, hiding between trees, and the entrances playing deep in the acres so people don't get curious. So a super site is a government-funded cleanup of an environmental hazard, or really arguably a disaster. And this is heavy metals polluting the entire area, including waterways for many miles. So that's what that is, sadly. Ann Castillo says, just curious, because, there are two, let me read two in a row. Let me read the first one. Do you make $20 a day or $20 for each video? I wish I made $20 for each video. I made $20 a day. And half of it is probably from the new stuff I put out, the new one that I put out for the day. And the other half is from stuff that I've been putting out for years. Pennies here and there across a wide variety of videos. And she says, just curious, because I do believe that YouTubers definitely deserve something for your time. I very much rely on YouTube for my entertainment. Yeah, so that's my philosophy so far is just use ad revenue. I think it's silly to ask for subscribers. I don't think subscribers, people are starting to wake up, people in the YouTube business, that subscriber count really doesn't mean much at all. Something like, so you subscribe and if you hit notify, you think you're going to get a bunch of views. Even with my almost, 8,500 subscribers, like 2% are from subscribers who get notified. The vast majority are from whether you're subscribed or not. If the algorithm thinks you like my content, it's going to deliver it to you on your homepage, subscriber or not. So you don't need to ask people to do that. You don't need to ask them to like. And so all that I ask people to do is watch the ads. That's it. And most of them you can skip over. Now, in that vein, I may in the future accept sponsorship for videos, which means all that means is instead of seeing the sponsor do the ad, you'll see me do the ad. And I promise you, it'll be something that I very likely already use or start using and do a ton of research and are totally invested in. The horror stories of YouTubers taking sponsorships for something that turns out to be nefarious down the road, that can destroy your relationship. So it's very likely if you ever see this as a sponsored video and see me do a commercial, it better be something. I'm hoping it's something I've been using on my own for years. Certainly not something brand new that is not proven over time. I just I I, I know it's lucrative, but I just can't take the risk. Um, let's see. Shirley, just a nice compliment on the road trip. Agree the view is stunning. The lush greenery is giving total escape the office and travel 24/7 vibes, plus your commentary had me smiling the whole time. Thanks for taking along for the ride. Okay, I'm going to tell you all a secret. You ready? The stunning green that you see in my videos, it's a little bit enhanced in editing. A little bit enhanced. It's still beautiful green, but it's just you get what I'm saying. Let's see. So I did find out. I asked in the video. I saw a Red River Marshal vehicle go by, and I go, "What's a marshal? I know what a sheriff is. I know what a town city police is. What a marshal." It's kind of hard to pin down, but New Mexico does have a marshal service that a municipality can establish to do law enforcement in their community. So I don't know why you would do a marshal service versus a police department. Someone would have to explain that to me. But the only one that references, when you research, the only one that's really referenced regularly is Red River for whatever reason. Let's see. Oh, Ken Gray points out that artificial this has context, but the context isn't as important as the statistic that he says. Ken says artificial Christmas trees are more popular these days, somewhere around 70%. What happened? Are you kidding? When I was growing up, we made fun of kids in town, kids in the neighborhood that had their parents bought artificial trees. Think of the Charlie Brown special. Natural tree, Douglas fir, that smell, the needles, having to put water in it. It's just, oh, artificial, yuck. Oh, here we go, Muskegon Land. If you're watching, I disappointed you because you said you must have had a lot of rain. It's shocking how green everything is. Sorry. It's close, though. I'm telling you, it's really close. I just tweak a little bit because I just love the way it looks on camera. Oh, by the way, I've always shot everything in 1080p because that's the way most people watch it. Well, I've decided, what the heck? I jacked everything up to 4K. So if you have a 4K TV, you're going to be seeing my stuff in much higher, higher definition. Diana Pennington says, could you do a link on your aftermarket thermostat you're using? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And the prices have come down, and the company is called Micro Air, and it's $259, and it was well over $300 many years ago when I bought mine. So the prices have come down. That's very nice. Well, how are we doing on time? Oh, 19 minutes, only one or two left. Let's see. What a cool little ceremony. Congratulations on the beautiful new truck. Brand new fire truck arrives at Eagle Nest, New Mexico Volunteer Fire Department push-in ceremony. And believe it or not, my friends, that video, which I thought would just be hyper-focused on local, where is it? Got 1,100 views. So in I think that was because I asked for ChatGPT artificial intelligence to say, so I explained to it what the video was about, my concern that it's only going to apply to very local people. What are some suggestions? And they came back with a suggestion on the verbiage on the thumbnail, the title, and the description. And I thought they were very good. And I did that, and usually content like this, if I'm lucky, will get 300 or 400 views. This got 1,100 views for thank you ChatGPT. And to tell you, in the next couple of days, I'm going to release this video. That the name of the video is where is it? AI versus human, who explains RV life better. What I did was I had AI create a script. I had to do research on what people are most worried about when they consider living on the road in an RV, and they did it. They hit 20, right? It took 7 minutes, and they hit 20 online references and came back with this huge research paper. And so then I asked it, take that information, make it into a YouTube script. And it did that almost instantly. Then I took that to my editor. I use CapCut as an editor, and there's an AI function in there where you can paste in a script and it will create a whole video for you. Now, when I say video, in this case, it's not people talking like me. It's various scenes with a person talking, reading the script in the background. And so I chose, and you can choose a style. I chose like cartoon style and a male English accent, I think. So I produced that. And what I did was I did a video where I did that. It's about 7 minutes long. And then I did right after that, me reading the exact same script. So you can compare the AR version, which is me. And I was curious to which people preferred. So that'll be out in a couple of days. So I'm at 22 minutes. And I just want to see if there's any other standout standout comment. That was my insurance company sending me an unnecessary text. Oh, this one. Okay. If you're staying, it's worth it for this one. I forgot about this one. This is from Jeff Radford. Just to remind you, before I read this, I had my right hip replaced. My surgery, I believe, was the middle of March this year. And I did a series of videos and did a whole playlist on from being scared going the day before, the pre-appointment, the pre-surgery appointment, the day of surgery, and the day after surgery, the night. I did a whole series of videos. And this is what I was hoping for. Jeff Radford. I just had my right hip replaced 4 days ago. I wanted to thank you for your hip vlogs that you shared a few months ago. It's like you holding my hand through the surgery and recovery. I was not scared. I knew all would go well because of you. I will forever be in your debt for giving me the courage and knowledge to get the operation. It's been life-changing for me so far. 8 years of crippling me so far. 8 years of crippling bone-on-bone arthritis of the hips. I'm 64 years old, but I feel like I have a new lease on life. You have saved my life. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And what I wrote to him was, when I did these videos, this is exactly what I was hoping for, that it would help someone just like you. I really appreciate your post. And I mean that. If Jeff was the only view I had on if every one of those videos had one view and it was Jeff, totally worth it. It's exactly what I wanted. I didn't do it for idle interest and curiosity. I did it specifically for people that were going to change their life of pain and misery by having their hip replaced, and showing people I don't want to say use the phrase how easy it is, that it's not as bad as you would imagine, and there is a way through that recovery. And here we are on, what did I say the date was? The 27th of June, and I had the surgery in March, and there's no residual pain, tightness, tingling, nothing. It's all gone. Now, granted, they say, research says the 100% integration, 100% is in a year. But at this point, depending on what research you read, we're probably at the 80% mark. So that last 20% takes months. So even though I feel great, I'm not going to do any really intense. I can walk as long as I want, but I'm not going to do really in any intense stuff. So Jeff, I'm glad I saw that. I was looking for one last one to talk about, and that was it. Jeff, if you any chance that you're listening, absolutely wonderful that you got the surgery, and thank you so much for telling me. It means so much to me. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next one.